Hi everyone, this is Vic and Jon,
John. Eh?
NYC Geek Society. This is our first review video, or reaction video, really review, of Ep.1 of Season 2 of Fear the Walking Dead. Um, I think we watched last season, and I know there were a lot of people that were criticizing it because it was really slow, not as much action as The Walking Dead, and things took a very long time to get going. I mean, did you find the same thing?
I don't know. I mean, that's what critics and fans that I've read were saying, but I honestly didn't feel that way. I
No.
thought that it ran at a pretty good pace, and maybe there were more dramatic moments than are necessarily on Walking Dead Prime, so to speak. But I enjoyed that. I enjoy character drama.
Right. And this is definitely character driven.
Right.
I enjoyed it too. It was not too slow for me. I didn't mind it. I know a lot of people jump shit, no pun intended, on this season. Last season, because they really didn't. I don't think they gave it a chance. They're used to the action of The Walking Dead,
Right.
but we got to understand that this is a much different group.
Yeah.
And they're just learning how to survive at this point. It's not even learning to live in this post-apocalyptic world of the walkers. This is really just them trying to survive at this point. And they haven't been hardened like our group in The Walking Dead is, or we are, for watching The Walking Dead. Because I find myself reacting to this show or wanting the characters do things the way our group would in The Walking Dead. Trust no one. Just don't save anyone. Just everybody is a danger. And those are the lessons that the characters in Fear are going to have to learn. And I think they're going to get a big lesson in that next week, actually.
Well, I think what's interesting here, what we saw in this episode, the season premiere of Season 2, is that actually our group in Walking Dead Prime is still going through some of the problems or sort of, emotional crisis of conscience that these guys are actually going through as well.
Why, they go back and forth a lot.
Right, but that's still a problem in The Walking Dead of who do you save? When do you save people? Do you save people at all? And it's just, I think it always comes down to what are you surviving for? That's the question that this asks to me. Is it worth just surviving if you have to do terrible, terrible things? And where's that line?
Right, I understand. But, I think the obvious answer is you're surviving because you want your group to survive. That's what all the various groups we've been encountering are doing. Where even the group at Terminus was surviving in their own sadistic way. The Woodburyans were surviving in their own way. And Hilltop is surviving in its own way. So, just to let you know, this is all spoilers for The Walking Dead, if you're not up to date on that as well.
Right.
And there's spoilers on this one, of course, for Episode 1, Season 2 of Fear. But, so I see what you're saying, but the thing is, of course, you're surviving for your group because you want your group to survive.
Yeah, but then what does your group become?
That's a good question.
That's the question.
They become survivors.
Exactly. And that's where we are in The Walking Dead now, where there becomes a grayer line between what is cruel and brutal and what is survival,
Right. But that's the thing. I mean, you're a survivor, then that's what you are. You're a survivor. So, you already know if somebody has survived so far in this world that they've done everything they can to survive. That's why they ask those questions. How many walkers have you killed? Right. How many people have you killed? Because the zero answer is very strange. And I mean, so far in Fear, they haven't had to really make those choices yet.
Yeah.
But they're going to. We know that they're going to. Especially with what's happening in this episode. When Alicia was on the radio, every part of me that's used to watching The Walking Dead is saying, oh my God, this is the worst idea possible. You're talking to these strangers, and that is bad news. Right. Because you got to know that even at this point, there's people out there that want to take everything that you have away from you.
What's interesting to me about that and a couple of other scenes in this episode is it seems to me, again, this is the beginning of it happening. And so you see that this family is still yearning for this level of normalcy. That she's almost chatting to this guy like she would be talking to a friend on the phone.
Right, yes.
Yeah. As a high school girl.
Right.
And especially for me, that shot of the dinner scene of like a bunch of people getting together around a table to have a meal. And it's like still that feeling of things can still be normal. It's going to get better. We're going to go back to that. Society's going to return.
All right, but if anything we've learned from The Walking Dead is the moment you get that one iota of happiness or normalcy, something bad is going to happen.
Yeah. So it's hard lessons for them to learn, but it is interesting. Like I get what this show is about. It's interesting to see what happens, the process of what happens when society falls apart, and how long you actually grasp on to that idea that things will go back to normal, and step by step probably.
Or that there is a place you can go where things are normal.
Right.
But
And step by step, you have to let go of that.
Right, but they're not there yet. They're not even close.
But it's interesting to watch to me.
Right. Now, for people that complain that there wasn't enough action, it started off right away with some of the action that we're used to.
Yeah. Thinking back, though, what's interesting to me, what did you think about the action scenes? Because it felt like I didn't... It wasn't like... I felt like I couldn't necessarily see what was going on, you know what I mean?
Right, yes.
Whereas in Walking Dead Prime, you kind of feel more like you're a part of the battle, like you could see what's happening. Where like even that scene that was really cool of Nick having the zombie's head in the motor of the boat, it was kind of shadowy.
Right, right.
Do you think that was a stylistic choice, or...
I think that might be a part of it, because it's not like you're watching The Walking Dead where everybody is used to killing walkers, and usually they're out in the daytime because they don't really travel much at night because it's such a bad idea. So a lot of the kills in The Walking Dead are daytime kills where you can actually see everything that happens. Most of the kills, I would say, are daytime kills. This was different because it was a fight on the beach. It was kind of chaotic.
But even when they were like bashing the zombies' heads with the rocks, you didn't see it.
Right.
Which I think in hindsight is kind of interesting to me. Was that a budget thing?
No, I think it was directorial. I mean, you have a zombie, you have a fake rock, and you have an actor.
Right.
So,
but in Walking Dead Prime, they probably would have CG'd a scene of showing you the zombie's head explode.
Right, but they were using exotic weapons there. Or the kills are bigger. These are just bashing heads with a rock. You know what I mean? That's what they arm themselves with. So, I mean, and these people don't really know what they're doing either, so.
Interesting. So that would be harder to show, you think?
Well, I think it would be a little more, boring to show, really. It was like the fight for Alexandria. Do we really need to see the kills when they were focused on the Alexandrians killing all the zombies? Right. That was the important part. I think it focused on their characters having to do this because they're still not used to this either.
Yeah.
And even Nick's kill, which was the best kill this season, I guess so far, because it's one of the only kills this season.
Yeah.
With the motor, with the outboard motor, maybe we could have seen it a little bit better. Could have been lit a little better so we could have seen it. But it was still very cool.
Yeah. What do you think about Chris?
Oh, okay. All right. I know. All right. I know you're upset with Chris.
I want to talk about Chris.
All right. What do you want to say about Chris?
He annoys the fucking hell out of me.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get what they're going for, that he's a kid and it must be hard to be a teenage boy and the father just killed your mom and everything. Right. But the concept that he would not get it that much, that I understand the emotion, but that he would not understand to that degree that his father had to do that at this point, just makes him look stupid.
Right, okay.
It doesn't make him look like, oh, he's having an emotional moment. It makes him look dumb.
Right, but was he that smart that last season?
No.
Because he put himself in danger also.
I know. And to culminate it to the point that he punches his dad in the face after this, like, it makes him incredibly unlikable to me. And honestly, that him jumping into the ocean, that was a strange scene to me. So are we led to believe that he wasn't then trying to kill himself, that he was just going for a swim with his hoodie and clothes on? Like, it was awkward.
Right. Yes. That was strange, because I still don't know whether that was a suicide attempt. Did it end when Nick jumped in the water and pulled him out? Or really we don't know.
It was strangely shot.
I wonder if that's going to be a question that's asked at some point, whether he was going to kill himself or not.
I don't know. And at the end, just, they left it on an interesting cliffhanger, I think. That the guy that Alicia was talking to says, I get it, Alicia, I'll see you soon.
Right. No, we got you, he said. He said,
is that what he said?
He said, we got you. We'll see you soon.
Oh,
we'll see you soon. Which is definitely bad news, as we know.
Yeah, so is he...
That might be the
coming for it.
That might be the group that shut up that other boat.
Right. Now, we're already like 12 minutes in, but I want to ask you a philosophical question.
All right, here we go. Right.
Because I don't know myself completely, but those people that we see in the mid-episode on those boats, it's lost at sea.
Yes.
In reality, if you were in their situation, on the yacht, what would you do?
That's a tough question.
Yeah.
Very tough question, because, the humane part of me wants to do the right thing. But the
survivor?
The survivor and the intelligent side of me knows that it's a very, very bad idea. A, there's not supplies enough for everybody. B, you're going to be overwhelmed by these strangers. C, you don't really know the nature of the sickness. They don't know if they don't really know anything about the sickness that's causing the zombies or the walkers in the first place. So, all around, it's a bad, bad idea, because you're putting your own group in danger. So while it's really tough to go by somebody like that or group in danger, stopping for them is very dangerous. Strand knows that. That's why he wouldn't let them stop.
Yeah. And
like I mentioned during the episode, actually, we're watching, that you get the idea that Strand is sort of the guy. He could become a governor, or he could become an Egan in this world.
Yeah.
Because those hard decisions come to him like that. So would I have stopped? Probably not. Would I have wanted to? Yes. Would it have been hard to just sail past those people? Yeah, it would have been hard, but I guess my group would have to come first.
Yeah, it's tough because, like you said, what's his name? Trevor, the father.
Travis.
What he said, that they don't have enough supplies. They don't know these people. What if one of them's sick? What if they had to kill one of them because they were sick, and some other guy doesn't get it yet, and you don't know what the situation's going to be.
Right.
But again, like, it comes down to that question of what are you living for? And so again, I think that I probably would end up having to make that hard decision as well of leaving them there. But I don't know. It's tough. And you know what I like about both Walking Dead and Fear is that it makes me think about these things.
Right.
Because it does apply to real life. Like, on a smaller scale, of course, but when do you help people when it can hinder yourself? You know? So it's interesting.
Well, that's what I like about The Walking Dead as well.
Yeah.
And this show's the same way. Sure, it's different, and it's a different place in the universe. So, and it's a little tough to watch because we know how bad it can get. So we have some foresight. So I think at least I'm a little harder because of the Walking Dead.
Right.
So we'll see. But overall, I thought it was a very good episode. I guess I probably would rate it maybe about an 8.
Yeah.
I think I'd give it about an 8. But it was a good season opener because it picked up right where it left off. So we're going to go, and things are going to get interesting from here. I think it's going to be more action than we saw last season, I think.
Yeah, if I had to rate it, I would probably give it a 7.
Oh, okay.
Just because, again, Chris kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. It doesn't come off as realistic to me. It pulls me out of the show because, again, I don't believe that he would be that detached from reality.
Well, how many teenagers do you know?
Well, maybe that's the good point, but I'm thinking back to when I was a teenager, and at least, and I don't know.
I was a jerk, so
yeah, but you weren't like a whiny, probably.
No, I was not whiny. That's for sure.
Trying to stay with my dead mother because my dad killed her. Well, I don't know. You probably weren't in that situation. But.
I definitely was not in that situation. Because there was zombie apocalypse when I was a teenager. One thing I will say, that I liked the music, actually, in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
The music was very good.
It had that great, 80s horror movie vibe to it, which The Walking Dead does sometimes, too. But I love that sound of, doom, doom, that sort of electronic-y, weird sound.
All right, well, there you have it. You got a solid 7.
Solid 7.
Yeah, why not? You got a soft 8.
Soft 8.
Oh, what's better, a solid 7 or a soft 8? Probably a hard 8, I guess. All right, anyway, that's enough of that. So that's our little review of Fear the Walking Dead, Season 2, Episode 1. We're probably going to do this some more. If you like our stuff or Let's Plays or you want to see more reviews like this, just leave a comment, subscribe to the channel.
Like it.
Like it, hate it. Comment if you have any comments.
Love it.
Love it. All right, everyone. Until next week, we'll see you then.
All right.